It's always important to warm up. So today I decided to do squats again, which is 2 days in a row, and I know there's a lot of YouTube channels out there and a lot of people out there saying squat for 50 days straight and all this kind of stuff, and I never really went extreme like that when it comes down to my frequency of training. But what these people are actually showing you is that frequent training can work, depending on the situation. If you stay moderate weight to low weight to high weight, it just depends on you. If you change your rep ranges up and stuff, you could have a regime where you are actually training body parts pretty frequently, and you might not even overtrain if you're eating enough and sleeping enough and so forth. What I wanted to show you is that I'm rehabbing an injury right now. So rehab means that I'm making sure that I'm bringing everything into full coordination and I'm pumping blood to the area. And today you'll see, based on what I did yesterday, I did 225 for squats, which is really light for me, but of course after a car accident, it's not so light because the back was feeling really weird. So today I decided to do 275 for squats because I felt that my back was more in alignment, there was more of a groove happening, and although there was some tightness and pain, it didn't feel like it was a risky type of pain, okay? So in this clip you'll see that I'm doing 225 for warm-ups. And you'll also notice that it's a really short range of motion. So sometimes when I'm tight in the muscles, I'll use a really short range of motion, just a couple inches, just to really pump blood in the area. And what I'm trying to do is just get an extreme warm up and a really good burn to increase the heat in the area so that way it warms up really fast. And also, when you notice when I go to my main working sets, you'll notice that I don't straighten up at the top and I don't hit, rock bottom, of course. But what I'm doing is hitting the right range of motion that keeps the tension on the muscle that I want to train. Okay, so I'm really hitting the hamstrings. The hamstrings are getting a beating, the glutes, as well as the quads. And I notice if I come up higher, the weight and the tension starts to transfer from the muscles in the legs to other parts of my body. Okay, so I don't really feel like there's more of a benefit to that. So that's why I keep the weight in that range of motion. Okay, doesn't mean that's the only way to do it, but that's what feels right to me based on the tension and the music that's going on in my legs. Okay, so you could apply some principles to this and some variables of it in your own training, and you may notice that a range of motion might look different the way you do it than I do it, but it probably will be right for you to increase your gains, okay? Because you want that muscle to hit failure. The muscle that you want to work, you want that one to hit failure, not a bunch of the auxiliary muscles, the muscles that are assisting the process. You don't want them to hit failure if you're trying to actually build your legs, right? After that, I went to training some chest and some back and a little bit of arms. And you can see in these clips that I just basically was just trying to pump some blood in there, changing things up. That's really the secret. As long as you can do this safely, that will help you get more results from your training. So yeah, just squeezing the chest, just concentrating on just squeezing the chest and getting lots of reps. And I only have 100-pound dumbbells, so this works to my benefit at home anyway, forces me to stay lighter. And after training legs, usually I only use the 100-pound dumbbells anyway. So from there I went to bent over rows, or at least incline rows, I guess, where my back is supported, my lower back. And the reason why I do this is because, it obviously does change the angle from bent over rows when you're standing to, being supported. You can see the angle here of the pad, it's pretty low. So I'm hitting more trap and I'm hitting more rhomboid and hitting a lot of rear delt. And at the same time, I don't have to worry about my lower back fatiguing, right? And then from there, after 3 sets of that, I went right to chins. And it's more like pull-ups, and all I'm doing is just squeezing the lats. And of course, I do look a little bit wimpy on this after hitting failure with back on the incline rows. So anyway, from there, I went to some incline curls. This is one of my favorite bicep exercises, and I've talked about it in a lot of my other videos. It's just great for stretching the long head of the bicep. And you can really hit failure. You notice that your forearms don't hit failure or your front delts don't hit failure before your bicep does. Your bicep right in the belly seems to hit failure, and you really get a wicked pump from it. So the last exercise I did about 3 sets of skull crushers, and I just did them on the incline. And this is again one of my favorite exercises. So I cycle between this and press downs and different variations of the press down, or the overhead press down or whatever. So I'll do skull crushers on an incline. Sometimes I'll do them on a flat. But the point is remember, point that elbow towards the ceiling, and if you have elbow pain, then just pull the elbow back a little bit more, just like that, and just stretch the long head of the tricep if you can. And that will help alleviate the stress on the tendons in the elbow, but actually transfer the stress to the long head of the tricep. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you sign up for the Natural Gallant Bodybuilding newsletter. There's a link down below. And all you do is just click on it, and then you can sign up for the newsletter, and I'll let you know when I have produced MP3s for workouts. Thanks for watching. Take care for now. Oh crap, sorry. I almost missed the cooldown.